Hey guys, welcome to a Repliforce Talk It Out. Today we're going to talk about our E3 predictions for Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. So, anyways, I'm Alex, and I'm joined by...
Arnite,
Reich, and Josh.
Anyways, let's just get started. So I guess we're going to start off with talking about Microsoft. Does anybody want to go first on that, or...
I guess I can kick it off. I'll go with the obvious, and that is they're going to show off Tomb Raider and Halo 5. Tomb Raider is going to be like the big competitor against Uncharted, which we'll get into that, but Tomb Raider is an Xbox exclusive, if you guys remember, and that upset a lot of people, so they're definitely going to be kind of putting some salt in the wound.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Doesn't Microsoft also, aren't they usually the ones that show off Call of Duty at their presentations?
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably another thing that'll be a part of their E3 whatever. One of my wishful thinking thoughts for Microsoft is Banjo-Kazooie, because they have been hinting at it a little bit recently. In fact, I think Rare said something about a new Banjo-Kazooie game utilizing Kinect. Because that's really all Rare has been the past few years, is a studio just producing Kinect games because nobody else does.
Battletoads Kinect.
Yeah, Battletoads.
Well, speaking of Conquer, or not Conquer, well, actually, I was going to talk about Conquer when you mentioned Banjo-Kazooie. Do you think that could possibly be something they show? A new Conquer game?
I don't know, because they actually showed off not too long ago. Conquer is, I think it was last E3 that they showed that Conquer is going to be in Project Spark.
Yeah.
And then I think like a couple months ago, they showed that they're actually creating their own Conquer game within Project Spark using all of the assets that they're putting in it with that Conquer update, which is extremely lame. Like, I'm not going to express my total disappointment with that, but basically, I don't really see a new Conquer game happening just because they're basically like, oh, make your own Conquer game, because we made our own Conquer game using these tools too. So, yeah, I mean, it would be nice if that happened, but to be completely honest, I don't really trust. I would like a new Banjo-Kazooie game to happen, but I just don't even trust the current Rare with even doing that IP anyways. So
Plus, I feel like some hype from that would already be stolen by Yooka-Laylee. Those guys at Playtonic definitely got ahead of the game.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Yeah. Well, I think that some certain games that will show off for sure is, well, possibly a Gears of War 3, or not Gears of War 3, but a new Gears of War. And maybe, you never know, they might do a Gears of War 3 in HD, because they don't have sports. And didn't Microsoft buy Minecraft, if I remember?
Oh yeah, that's true. So they'll probably talk about that.
Well, I was thinking maybe they do a new type of style Minecraft where
with
you got
HoloLens.
Right, yeah, you never know. Something weird where they just mess it up, because we're used to the traditional Minecraft that you play on PC or Xbox 360 or Xbox One, but I feel like
Minecraft
saw the latest
Minecraft 2, instead of cubes, it's spheres.
there is going out right now pretty recently. There's going to be a Minecraft Lego game, possibly.
Oh yeah,
Lego Worlds or something.
God.
So
yeah.
if Microsoft owns that IP, then they're really doing wonders with it, So, well, my predictions for my realistic predictions for Microsoft, I'll just say and just go out with a Halo 6 beta, and
Perhaps skipping Halo 5.
Yeah.
I don't care. Halo 5's
we
not,
saw
it doesn't
people didn't
matter.
really like Halo 5, so we decided we're not releasing it.
Well, they did the same thing with Windows. They're like, there is no Windows 9, it's Windows 10. So
Right.
Yeah,
I agree with you. This year they're going to unveil the Halo 6 beta.
they're also going to reveal the Xbox 2. So.
Even though it's technically the fourth Xbox.
Yeah.
Right. No, but also they're gonna have smart paper. It's just like a poster of paper you just pull out from a roll and you're able to type on it. Play things on that. I mean,
Okay, does anybody have any more actual ideas for the E3 press conference of Microsoft.
No.
Well, what about Sony? Can we move on to Sony now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that
Alright,
would
cool.
be the next course of action. So next is going to be Sony. I guess I'll start off real quick. They did announce recently that Ratchet and Clank, their remake of the first Ratchet and Clank game, is pushed back, which is actually kind of hilarious to me. I don't know why they're announcing it was pushed back when they never announced a release date or even showed the game yet. So I think that that's pretty funny.
Well, did they ever give an indication as to when it would come out?
Well, they said
No,
They said it's
no.
going to come out in 2015. They just said they didn't give an actual date. They just said 2015. And
Okay.
Did they say that
Yeah,
though?
yeah.
I thought I remember just a
Yeah.
very vague, like
Yeah.
they showed that trailer for Ratchet and Clank. They're like, oh, by the way, we're remaking the first Ratchet game. And I was
Is
like,
is Sony even? Are they even making games? I feel like they're just saying they're like, oh yes, we're making Uncharted. Go buy a PS4, and then the PS4 sells really well because people are like, this system's powerful. I'm getting a PS4, and meanwhile, there's like no first-party games unless you include Knack.
This is your unbiased Repliforce talk. This is great.
Okay.
Is that game actually a game though?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to offend. So I'm just speaking my mind here. Like, this is my opinion, man. Like,
Oh, you're good.
that's just like your opinion, dude. So, but really, what they could do is just say, yeah, we're making this game, and then like, oh, it's got pushed to 2016, but you could go buy a PS4 anyway. It's coming. And then 2016 rolls around, they're like, 2017, 2018, PS5.
okay. I have two words for that. Last Guardian.
Oh,
That
man.
game that is pretty much never coming out. That was announced, 4 years ago
Wow.
for PS3, and it's still not out.
Dude, it's
So,
been longer than 4 years, I think.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right.
It's more
I
like
think it's
8
actually been
years.
like 6 or 7
Yeah.
years, yeah. And they're still teasing it too. They're like, when they're asked about it, they're like, oh, I don't know, can't really say anything about that right now. It's like, man, it's been 7 years. Come on.
Well, they probably have
So-
to switch what system they're putting it on, right? So now it's going to be on the PS4. We got to update the graphics again.
Let's
Rebuild-
let's
well,
pretend it. Let's pretend it ever gets released. Then yeah, it would be on PS4.
All right, so a more realistic prediction is they're going to finally unveil Uncharted 4. They're going to show some gameplay of that. Even though it's not coming out until 2016, there's been nothing about it, like no gameplay footage or anything. So
Well, there actually has been like a really short amount of gameplay footage. I think it was like maybe 10 seconds. They showed like very minuscule gameplay. So, but I agree. I think there's going to be an actual trailer for it. Like,
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Like a gameplay
Yeah.
trailer, because the
Yeah,
trailer
I know
showed
what you
before
meant.
was just like CG crap, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and the second trailer that I'm talking about, that was like at some Sony celebration thing or whatever, and it was really short amount of gameplay. So
more
that
like
doesn't
a
really
more like a
count.
teaser. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a teaser. So,
Well,
but yeah, I think they'll probably show off Ratchet and Clank, but yeah, it's not coming out this year, so it's very disappointing to me. Like, I actually owned a PS4 and now I don't, but Ratchet and Clank was one of the series that Sony has that I actually really like. But the first Ratchet and Clank game is my least favorite Ratchet and Clank game out of the main games, at least. So it's going to be interesting to see if the remake even looks like it's going to be good, because the first game was terrible. So
two other series that I liked on Sony, like PS1, PS2, is Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, and I wonder if they'll bring either of those back, especially Crash
God.
Bandicoot. I don't think Spyro will ever come back, but
yeah, Spyro is sucked into the hell that is Skylanders, and he's never coming back from that.
Okay,
Right.
so there are a few things for PS4 that could get me like hyped up, because basically I know everything that they're going to talk about, like Final Fantasy 15, Uncharted, and like they're going to have a huge emphasis on third party because they really are strong with third party developers. Not denying that, but like if they showed a new Crash Bandicoot and it was more like the old school Crash Bandicoot,
yeah.
I would be super tempted to spend $400 for one game. Super tempted. I mean, if I got a PS4, I'd get other games too, but Crash Bandicoot would probably push me over the line just because of the nostalgia alone.
Yeah.
Especially if it was Naughty Dog. Like, if they were doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. What about PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale 2? That could compete with Smash Brothers. I wouldn't be surprised if they announced something like that.
16 players.
The only reason I don't think that'll happen is because the studio that actually made that game, I think it went bankrupt or something. So I don't know. I don't see it happening. The game, well, the game didn't start selling well until they dropped the price to $20. Nobody bought it when it was $60. So I feel like that's probably the main reason why they didn't survive.
Yeah.
So,
Well, would you mind if I go on to my Sony stuff?
yeah,
No.
Okay, so my realistic prediction for a new Sony game would be some generic game that I am not interested in the least, but it's going to be a first-person shooter. That's all I know, and it's going to be. I'm sorry, it's just going to be terrible.
That's not even a prediction.
Yeah, that is my prediction. They're going to come out.
Okay. I mean, I guess it counts as a prediction,
What
but
was that
it's just
PS4
like
game?
such a.
What was that first PS4 game we ever got?
Are you trying to get Flame Wars going on?
Okay.
What was that game?
Oh no. Okay, Killzone. Yes, that
They're
game was terrible.
They're going to have a sequel to that. That's all I'm saying. That's my prediction. And
I was gonna.
I think this is realistic. Star Wars characters from one of the Star Wars movies in Kingdom Hearts 3, some kind of Kingdom Hearts 3 Star Wars stuff. That's what I think they're going to show
Yeah,
at
well-
E3.
Yeah,
Well,
forgot.
no, but Square Enix is having their own press conference,
Yeah,
so
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Actually, going back to PS4 real quick and my disappointment with it, I actually know for a fact I'm going to buy a PS4 just for that game.
Yeah.
Because I refuse to play Kingdom Hearts with an Xbox controller. I will never do that. So
Is it coming to Xbox?
yeah, surprisingly enough. So, but I will not play it on that system. So.
Going back to my predictions here, wishful thinking, a sequel to Jedi Power Battles.
Yeah.
I really love that. I would love that so much.
It would be cool, but have you played that game recently? It hasn't aged the best.
Sequel would be brand new.
Well, when me and Josh were playing through that game, I know this is off topic, but just real quick, when we were playing that game, I don't think that style of game fits at all within today's market.
I don't care.
Like yeah, I know. I don't care either. I think it'd be cool, but I just don't see it happening. But
Yeah.
you said wishful thinking, so I guess
Well-
I should shut up.
As long as Ryan would buy the game, maybe the developers out there. Well, at least that's a $60 guarantee.
60. Well, if he's the only one buying it, shouldn't it be like $3,000 for that one?
Yeah, you have to
paid
kickstart the
$3,000.
entire project.
$1 million?
Oh, just imagine. Like you look at the Kickstarter and it's like there's only one backer.
backer,
and
it's
it's
like
like
$2
$2 million.
million.
Yeah, Reich from Repliforce. Oh my god.
Is it Reich or Rish? It
It's
changes every
Reich.
time you
It's
say it.
not Reich. It's Reich.
Would someone seriously do that? Like, if they kickstarted a game and only one person backed it, but they backed it by like $5 million, would they go ahead and do it anyway? Like,
don't
mean,
know.
we got the money.
I mean, they got the funding.
I don't know. But wouldn't there be some pride there? Like, oh man, only one person wants our game. Like, is there?
But they really want it. So.
That's true.
Okay, I guess.
Sorry.
Any more thoughts on Sony?
I've got nothing.
Yeah, I'm good.
I did. Okay.
A
What
new
you said?
PlayStation handheld.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. Just real quick, Sony's. I don't think they're ever gonna do a handheld again.
No, they're done.
So, but just real quick, I do actually think. I actually feel like this is a realistic prediction, but I don't know. They actually have been teasing The Last Guardian for a while, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually finally show it off running on PS4 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that is definitely realistic and is going to happen is Street Fighter 5. Like that's exclusive to PS4, so that's for sure going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyways, I guess that's it for Sony. Anyways, now time to go on to Nintendo, which we have a lot more to talk about there.
Phew.
So we're gonna start off.
Depressed.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel sad. But yeah, we're gonna start off with realistic predictions for
So-
what we think that they're gonna do in their digital presentation. So I guess we'll start off with our night, and then we'll just
Go
go
on
from
first.
there. So
All right. My first realistic prediction, I'm going to kick this off with a big one here. and many people might claim it's unrealistic, but I totally think it's going to happen, and that is Metroid for 3DS. And I think that is actually going to be Retro Studios' game. So, Retro Studios has been doing 2D development, or at least side scrollers, with the last two Donkey Kong Country games, and people have essentially been begging them to make a Metroid game. But I don't think they're one to just go, okay, we'll make a Metroid game, we're going to go ahead and do what everyone really expects us to do, and that's a first-person Metroid Prime 4. So I think they're going to use the skills that they gained by doing the two Donkey Kong Country games, which, by the way, have awesome 2D design. Like, the layers to that game look amazing. I think they're going to take some of the skills they learned from that development and go ahead and apply that to a Metroid, but on 3DS, because I really feel like it would sell better on the 3DS. It might be for Wii U, but either way, I really think a 2D side-scroller Metroid is going to happen. But my guess is probably 3DS. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I actually have that in my realistic predictions too. I didn't have it coming from Retro, but actually I think, didn't they say not too long ago that they had a big enough team to have two projects running at the same time now?
Yeah,
I think
that might be the case.
Yeah, I thought so. That would actually be really awesome if they were doing a game for 3DS, because they did work on Mario Kart 7 and I think one other 3DS game, but it's not coming to my mind.
Didn't they port Donkey Kong Country Returns to the 3DS? I don't know if they ported it themselves, but
no, they didn't do that port. That was the people who did that port actually did the Majora's Mask 3D port as well.
Oh, okay.
So, or the remake, I should say, because it wasn't really a port.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think I actually feel like maybe, just maybe, it's going to be an exclusive title to the new 3DS, because I don't think Nintendo has really given enough reason yet to get a new 3DS, and I feel like that would be their marketing strategy towards okay, we need a way to sell the system even more, because I think it's selling really good in Japan, but I don't think it's selling quite as well in the US right now.
So, okay, if you tack on the new 3DS exclusive, I could see that, but that kind of pushes it more down to the maybe category for me. If they do that, I have a feeling they would pair it with the announcement that the smaller new 3DS is coming to the US, because they already did the big one, and if they announced new Metroid 3DS and also announced the slimmer and in my opinion better looking new 3DS for the US, I feel like that'd be a good combo.
Yeah, and maybe both the games launch in winter, because right now we know Fire Emblem isn't coming out this year for US, so what's going to be the winter holiday game for the 3DS? So,
well,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The only thing that makes me hesitant about predicting Metroid 3DS is how often has Nintendo announced a game at E3 and had it come out the same year? I can't.
Well, 2 years ago, and I don't really remember much from last year, but
Toad?
No, 2 years ago they announced Super Mario 3D World. It came out that year.
Oh, okay.
And same with
the Toad Treasure Tracker thing.
Oh yeah, Toad Treasure Tracker. Yeah, they've done it a few times.
So it is possible. Okay.
Yeah, it's possible.
Cool.
What about that Kirby game too? When was that announced?
That was announced last E3, so it didn't come out last year, but it did come out, early this year. So
yeah.
Anyways, I guess I'll give one of my realistic predictions real quick, which is more Smash Brothers DLC. I think they're going to announce a new character. I think it's going to be a big character. Can't really say what I actually think the character is going to be, but I think they're actually going to announce a new character and at that same time announce stage DLC as well, all within the same trailer. Here's a new character and you see him appear on a stage that you've never seen before, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. So Yeah, I feel like that's going to happen.
I agree with that, but I also think they're gonna have DLC of stages that are from like past games, classics.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like a 64 pack and a melee pack and a brawl pack.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Especially a melee pack. Give me a melee pack.
Yes.